Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We have made some progress on our Eastern Canada trip. We are actually now at the start of the James Bay Road. But before we tell you about that, let's catch you up a little bit.
So we've been in Canada for a little while and things have been pretty good, but shortly
Got off to a little rocky
It got off a little rocky start. We had an almost catastrophic oil leak on the engine.
Do you have the tools to tighten it back up?
It's just totally loose. The oil intake for the turbo. What in the heck? It must have vibrated loose and it wasn't leaking yesterday at all.
Well, that we know of.
I better check the engine oil. Oh, these vice grips are failing.
No, maybe we get a new set of those.
Or not vice grip, channel locks. I know this isn't the right tool, but it's all I got. Don't yell at me. We are low. This is why we bring spare everything. This isn't quite the weight I want to run, but it's spare oil, so it'll work just fine. Okay, now we're 3/4 of the way up the safe zone, so that's good. Let's fire it up and make sure it doesn't leak. It was scary. I'm just so glad I saw that. Looked like it only started leaking this morning, but could have been weeping for a while. And that's why you always gotta recheck all your torque on everything. I don't think I rechecked that, and it probably just loosened up from the heat-cool cycles on the turbo. Just cross our fingers we didn't do any damage. Tight. No leaking.
Yay! Oh, good. Good news.
We've been working our way up to the start of the road, and we've got to do a few other things. We spent a really nice day. We actually took a down day, got some work done, and had just a beautiful campsite in the town of
Rouyn-Noranda.
Thank you.
It's very French.
Look at all the berries. Wild blueberries. No more. How'd you do? Oh, I'm looking good.
I mean, I've been eating it down though. There's no big fat stuff. It used to be a little mounded on top.
So good.
They're so good.
Buddy. Did you get it? Did you get that fly? That's pretty lovely. Thank you for dinner, hon.
You're welcome. So we just finished up a lovely stay here at this random camping spot that Tom found on the satellite. We needed a recharge day and it was lovely. But today we're off early. It's early for us. We're really not very big into mornings. But Tom found us a fun adventure here in the town of...
That is not yours. Do not chew on that.
What are you doing? I'm probably going to butcher it, so maybe we just put it on the screen. It's like, you want to try it?
I don't even know it.
Rouyn-Noranda?
Well, it's actually two towns, Rouyn and Noranda or something like that, and they just kind of combine. Noranda. Rouyn and Ronda. But this town is a mining town, just like so many of them up here, and what it is known for is it has Canada's only copper smelter, and you can take tours of it. It might be in French, so that might be interesting, but we're gonna go do it anyway. We got ourselves a reservation for a 9 o'clock tour.
Ooh,
There we go. Rock and roll.
Sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out.
Remember my height, 3.6.
3.6. 3.7.
3.7.
Maybe. 1 Carter Avenue. This is the place.
Looks like a house.
This looks like a house. But that's what they said.
Yes.
It would look just like a house.
Information, sadly.
What'd you think?
We just strapped up our copper smelter tour and it was really cool.
It really was. Unfortunately, we couldn't film anything in the smelter, so maybe a little B-roll of copper smelting from their
like
website.
a copper smelter. And like we were standing right there next to the pouring anodes.
Anodes is what they call them because they go and run current through them,
Yes.
basically turn them into a giant battery to purify them further. But what was really neat about it to me is that the area that we're from in Michigan was originally the United States' primary copper producing region and had smelters like this all over the place. And
Except they didn't use modern technology.
No, the processes, we've seen photos and toured old versions of those, but none of them operate anymore. And basically all the stuff that we saw today, except much more dangerous, is what they did locally to us, but we've never seen one in operation. So that was awesome.
We are driving to the Hudson Bay, specifically a bay that comes down out of the south of Hudson Bay called James Bay, because there isn't actually a road that goes up to Hudson Bay. But we're gonna get as close as we can and we're going to see what it's like out there. There are towns. This is a huge hydro area. There's lots of logging and forestry, and there's a lot of hydro dams. And specifically Legrand 1 and 2, or LG 1 or 2 as we just learned from the visitor center here, that we can actually go and tour. So I don't know if we can bring the camera, but we'll probably tell you all about that if we get in. And it's gonna take us a couple days to get up there. We're gonna stop part way, do some camping, and see what's out here. As you can see behind me, there's actually quite a lot of traffic, a lot of logging trucks. We've seen a lot of RVs. We're not the only people doing this, but I think it's gonna be really cool.
Why are we doing it? Just because it's here. I don't really know what to expect. It's kind of like the Dempster or the Dalton in Alaska. It's a long, long road, one of the most remote in the region, and we just kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's start driving. Here we go. Diamond Highway. James Bay, here we come.
Isolated route. Big service is 385 kilometers. It's easy though. Pretty much any vehicle can make that.
So we just turned into a campground that we're going to be checking out. There's a whole bunch of rest areas along this road that have rustic campgrounds is what they call them. So we're checking out this first one. Maybe we'll stay here, or maybe we'll find another road to spend the night down.
Wow, it's low and soft.
Looks like you're getting up on some dry here. So it's getting here. Awoken all the black flies.
They are intense.
Oh my gosh!
They are really intense.
Ah!
They're attracted to the heat of the engine.
Oh my gosh, it's gross. All right, so we ended up picking a spot just to pull off on the road. It was just a little bit easier, drier, and not as buggy as the last place.
Oh my goodness. The bugs here. They'll carry you away.
Black flies. It's the black flies. In Alaska, it was the mosquitoes. Here, it is 100% the black flies. Whew.
They're bad.
but we found this like kind of higher elevation spot that was a little bit more open, and we were able to run away from them a little better.
Yeah. But we're exhausted. It's been a busy start to this adventure.
Well, and we got up early this morning for our copper smelter adventure. Early for us. So
Tomorrow's another day.
yes.
Who's hungry? Well, I got one hungry one. Are you ready to go to James Bay? You ready to go to James Bay today? You are? Where are you gonna ride? You gonna ride in the truck next to me? All right, let's go. Or not.
So the place that I was thinking of going tonight is up here, this Loch Duncan.
Is there camping on it or just a road?
There's a campground on it.
Okay, so we only have, 500 kilometers to drive.
Yeah, we're at like kilometer 84, and this is at like kilometer 574. So we only have like
Okay, so
500 kilometers to go.
day one, and then tomorrow we'll spend all day out here and in Radisson,
Yeah,
maybe.
It'll take about an hour and a half to get all the way out to here, but if we do
And
Legrand
then
1...
this is a whole
and go
day,
up
I'm
here,
sure.
Yeah, we're just going to do that, and then we'll stay somewhere close by Radisson, where LG2
LG2 is
is,
here.
and we've got the tour for LG2, right?
I hope so.
That's what I wrote down. LG2, because he said
LG2, that's the only one in English.
Yeah, he did not have a English tour for Legrand 1. So we're going to go here. We're going to have a 2-hour tour, and then we can do whatever we want. We can hang out longer, or we can start coming south.
Okay.
Just working away up in the middle of nowhere.
It's so we just called Hydro-Quebec to book our tour, and we have 0 cell service out here, but our internet is blazing fast. I can't tell you how much of a game changer Starlink is. There's something really nice about just not having any cell service on a trip like this, but it's also really convenient to be able to put that thing up and have service. This isn't the first time that we've used Starlink in places where there is 0 other service. Down in Mexico we did this as well, but particularly up here after when we did Alaska, we just were so disconnected, and it's kind of lovely. But now it's like, I just got a text message on my phone and like talking to space. I love it. When we first hit the road, we dreamed of low Earth orbit satellite because we were still working with 3G internet on the phones, and we were like, wow, that'd be really cool if they can actually do that. And the future is here. So cool.
We're so lucky.
We're so lucky. And we watch those rockets fly from our spot in Florida all the time.
So cool.
So cool. This is the Rupert River. I don't know if this is it, but what did they call this rapid? The oatmeal rapid? Because if you fall into it, you turn into oatmeal.
That's a lot of water.
Drive around and go there.
All right. Looks like a brand new path.
Good girl. Okay.
Made it to the stairs.
Seem out of breath.
What? We were going at doggy pace.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Yikes.
That's a lot of water moving very fast.
Swim at your own risk.
fuel station. Do you want to stop?
We're still above half a tank, so this is about 2/3 of the way up. I think we're just fine. But
Maybe on the way back down?
yeah, because we'll be going on that more remote road. But I think
Well, we could fill
if
up
you
in just a civvy.
don't have a big gas tank, then yeah, definitely stop, because this is a long haul. 300 miles-ish up here.
Something like that.
That's what we look like. East Main River. Well, if any of you watching drive this in the future,
This is hopefully going to be a brand new road.
yeah. Lots of construction up here. Overall, though, before this, the road was incredible. So once this is done, I think the whole road's going to be surprisingly really nice.
The guy at the visitor center did say we were going to hate this part. He's not wrong.
This is awful.
These bumps go all the way across the road, and they're honestly like 6 to 8 inches deep.
You cannot
There's no
avoid them.
avoiding them. You gotta step down.
I think this goes on for like hundreds of kilometers.
We only have 117 more to go.
This is why gravel's better in the north.
Yeah, you can grade it. Once you pave it, then you're stuck with it.
And once it fails, this is fun. Whole road's just... Oh, gosh. We're giving up a little early. Not too early, but a little bit. Because, wow, that was a sharp turn. Fast turn.
Sorry.
We can't take it. Our butts and back. So,
It's been a long drive day. Saw a lot of cool stuff.
tomorrow, we'll make it.
We'll make it the rest of the day tomorrow. A lot of power.
That's the reason this road is here. Tomorrow, we're gonna get to tour where that's coming from. Here's the other end of the highway. It's got another, oh gosh, another post thing. Really Diamond Highway. Here we go. Turning out to Chissibee, however it's said. To the James Day.
So what were you saying about the road being better today than yesterday?
Earlier I said we were told it was worse, and it definitely is. This is not quite Dalton Highway bad, but it's close.
Luna does not like these bumps. A little bit. Oh, time for lunch. And a stretch.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm hurt. I hurt. Oh.
Ah, he's coming.
No, you stay. You
Ah! Alright, so the plan was that we were going to visit the cultural center, but apparently their summer hours have them closing about 4 hours earlier than Google thought they were closing, so we unfortunately missed it. So we're just going to wing it, and we're going to drive out to James Bay now, which is probably what we were most excited about for today, so we're doing that next. We were really hoping to stop at the Cultural Heritage Center because this is Cree Nation land. The Cree people live out here, and as part of, as far as we understand, as part of the big Le Grand project through Hydro-Quebec, they were given this land as basically like, they call it Category 1 and Category 2 lands where only natives can hunt, fish, camp, use the land. So it is like their nation, and so they've got several towns all along James Bay and up on Hudson Bay as well. And we were really hoping to learn more about the whole history of these people, because there's all kinds of teepees around, and a lot of language and very cool. Their lettering is actually syllabics or syllabics. I'm not sure how to say it. We were just really wanting to learn a lot more about that. So definitely look into that. The history before you come up here. It's really fascinating, and we've heard from others that the people are just very welcoming and very nice. So yeah, hopefully next time you guys are all up here, the Cultural Center will be open for you. Here it is.
That is James Bay. Amazing.
The tide isn't coming too fast. I'd be careful if I were you. How we doing?
Right here.
How's the water?
It's brisk. And salty. That's the ocean. Wow, I can't believe we're here. This is wild. This is just one of those things. Just pick a point on a map and say, okay, we can go there. Let's do it. James Bay!
Here we are, puppies! We're at James Bay. What do you think? What do you think? And you're like, yeah, I'm going back in the car.
So kind of like driving to Tuktoyaktuk. It's as far north as we can go. And
With one exception.
yeah, we could go a little further north, but it's just another like fishing point for the natives. It's kind of like Tuktoyaktuk, and that once again, the end of the road, there's a thriving community. It's not desolate. In fact, I got great cell service.
There's like 5,000 people who live in Chesapeake.
It's a real town. There's not anyone out here right now. We're wondering why, but it's cold and windy.
Well, there's one other guy.
One other guy. I think that's why. But nonetheless, I think it's just really cool. It kind of looks like any other body of water, but this is basically the Hudson Bay. I think that's really cool. So,
We did it. We
We
made
did
it. Lots of houses.
an observation point.
Here.
And then we can drive across and see it, and then we can go over to whatever 4 is. That's a heck of a dam. Okay, so there used to be rapids here. They dammed it up and destroyed all these ways of life.
That is one way to put it. Created a whole different kind of life.
Yeah, they did. Lots of opportunity.
Way.
Those tall steel gates. What do you think this is all about? It's just dammed up. This is La Grande One, the Grand Hydro Project. This was built in the 70s, and this is the first of a series of dams on this river. And you can get tours of this, but the tour for this one was only in French, so we're gonna go tour the next one up, La Grande 2, tomorrow morning. Our tour of LG2 started with a presentation about the dam and the James Bay Hydro Project as a whole, primarily harnessing the power of the La Grande River. It features multiple power stations, of which LG2 is the largest. The project as a whole provides over 50% of Quebec's electrical needs and transmits the power all the way south to the population centers. We were driven around in a van to look at the different sites and viewpoints, as well as had an opportunity to go underground to where the actual generating facility exists. The LG2 dam is one of the largest in the world, with a height of 162 meters and 2,800 meters long. The main LG2 dam. The installed capacity of this dam is over 5,600 million watts of generating capacity. What do you think of that? It's pretty impressive.
It's big.
It's really big.
We were just up there, and those gates are huge. And they look tiny from down here.
Unfortunately, we couldn't take cameras into the generating room, but the tour is well worth it, as we were able to see many details and even go underneath one of the spinning turbines. So unfortunately, we couldn't take the cameras underground here. The generator room is back in there, but immensely cool to see and insanely powerful. 500,000 horsepower per generator. Overall, this project has been lauded for its renewable energy production and was chosen by the populace over nuclear power back in the 70s. It is a nationalized program run by the government, but it's also faced a lot of criticism for its environmental impacts. This includes flooding of the vast areas of boreal forest, altering ecosystems, displacing indigenous communities, and affecting wildlife and migratory patterns of aquatic species. There is so much water up here, and it is an impressive sight to behold. It seemed like everywhere we went, we were on the shore of a reservoir. So these power lines are operating at 750,000 volts. This was the highest voltage line in North America when it was originally built. They also have a DC transmission line, direct current, same as our batteries, except high voltage. I think that one's 350 or 400 some thousand volts. It's because they transmit such a long distance, all the way from up here, all the way down to the cities in the south. And it's impressive. I think what's also impressive is how little space they actually take up on the ground. They use these particular types of towers, first of all, because they use a lot less metal, but also because they take like a patch of land like this big. So they are, aside from vegetation control underneath them, relatively non-disruptive to the earth below it. Kind of neat. Morning.
So one of the major downsides of truck campers is making the bed. It's always a workout.
There's no any room.
The only way to make it is being on the bed. So as soon as you get off the bed, you like mess it up. So
And you also use it for some storage stuff, so it's kind of, you know, pros and cons.
C'est la vie.
So today we are about to start the drive on the Route du Nord, the 400 kilometers of dirt or something like that.
It's
Or
like 440 or 450.
we're gonna be taking it's basically an alternative route south, and
Basically cutting the corner. Google
'Cause-
Maps thinks it's still faster to go all the way down on the pavement and across, but this looks like a shortcut.
yeah, and we like driving on dirt.
Yeah.
But because we are heading east anyway, this kind of makes sense. So
Yes.
we've been just kind of hunkered down the past few days. It's been raining and extremely cold, like in the 40s up here, which I don't think either of us were really expecting.
No.
And I don't think this is normal even. I think it's colder than normal. The winds are coming off the Hudson Bay, and it's literally Arctic air.
Yeah, it was like in the 40s, and we were wearing our winter hats and jackets, which we didn't think we were going to have to use. So good thing we brought them, or else we would have been very cold.
And I've also been fighting a little bit of a bug. I've been quite down, low energy, and just not feeling well. So unfortunately that happens sometimes on the road as well. But today, I don't know, maybe feeling a little better, and I think we're ready to proceed.
Missing the dishwasher?
I definitely am missing the dishwasher, but we do have the touch faucet in here at least, which if you're looking to save water in a camper, this is actually a fantastic way to do it. We absolutely love the touch faucet. We've had these in our houses, and I thought it was kind of weird to put it in a camper, but this is the reason. It just turns off so much faster, right? So you can save water without having to grab it.
Or adjust the temperature. That's
Yeah.
my biggest thing.
It's just always the right temperature, ready to go. He knows what you're doing.
Since there's nobody around, you want to flirt?
So this is how we get some of the energy out of the dog before putting him in the truck.
Oh, buddy. Let's go over to the soft sand, how about? Okay,
Oh, he's crazy.
okay.
Oh, he's so crazy. Look at him go.
He's like snapping.
He's gonna get it. Arr. Gosh, buddy, what'd you think? Are you ready to sleep in the truck now?
Yeah, so
And dirty.
oh, so happy though.
Oh,
So happy. Shaboom. 427.
see how this road is.
Route du Nord.
Single town on this entire road. So that's where most of the traffic goes.
Looks like a big switch yard. The power. Maybe voltage transformers too? Hard to tell. But there's a stop sign. What do you think this drive is?
I've really been enjoying it. This is what this truck loves to do, drive on gravel. It's doing a great job, and the scenery has been gorgeous, and the sun has come out. It's been a lovely day. got hit by another truck going the other way. So Tom's helping them put their spare on because they didn't have a jack, but we have a jack.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think it'll drive. Oh yeah. Good luck, guys. It's pretty scary. We just met two guys that they almost had a head-on collision. They were very lucky, but they were trying to limp home. Again, we're hundreds of miles from a town here, so we stopped, and luckily we carry enough tools and wood and all sorts of stuff. We were able to at least get their spare off and cut all the junk away that was hanging off the truck, and we got the truck driving, so they should at least be able to make it home. They're from Namasko, I think. Namasko. The only native town on this road. And
it was quite a ways back.
Yeah, that's what you do out here, though. When you see someone in need like that, you help out. We helped them with some medical and some get them on the road. So.
And a couple other people had stopped too to make sure they were okay.
Yeah.
We were already kind of in stride, so it must have just happened.
Yeah, they said it happened just up the road, so we'll probably see the debris. But all right, back on the road for us. Here to verification. I'll just stop right here. That wraps up Route du Nord, and I think that's going to wrap up this video even. It was a neat adventure. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I think we were just going for a road.
We were just going for a drive.
Yeah.
But it was really beautiful.
That's a Morton drive right there. You know, a couple thousand miles just to do it.
Yeah, it was really cool. I wasn't really expecting anything. I just thought it was going to kind of be a cool out of the way drive, but it ended up being really beautiful. All the lakes and the trees and the seclusion. It was awesome. We found some really cool campsites and had the place again all to ourselves. So that's the way we like it.
Yeah, overall this whole drive all the way to James Bay has been, I think it's been better than I expected. I was thinking just a big drive. Yeah. Just to do it, but I think we found more out there than we thought. Yes,
and plenty of reasons to go back.
Yes, definitely. I think I'd like to spend more time exploring the native communities when we come back, because there's quite a few of them that we missed that the road does access. So lots more to see and do up here.
Yes, but we have to wrap up this drive so that we can go drive the next big drive.
Thanks for joining us here on Morton's on the Move. Subscribe, hit that like button. It really helps us out. And we'll see you next time on the Labrador Highway. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.